I remember the nod, that calm, obedient dip of my head as if she'd just corrected my grammar instead of detonating my life. "It was just once. Get over it," she snapped, arms crossed, already bored of my pain. Then the smirk, the one that sealed it. "He's better in bed anyway." I didn't argue. I didn't shout. I didn't beg. I nodded, picked up my keys, and walked out like I'd forgotten something in the car. What she didn't realize, what none of them ever do, is that silence is not surrender. It's inventory. We weren't a reckless love story. We were built, brick by brick, 12 years, shared calendars, shared passwords, Sunday routines, inside jokes that survived funerals and layoffs. I paid off her student loans. She edited my resumes. We grew careful together, predictable, safe. She used to say that was love. I believed her, because belief was easier than suspicion. Looking back, the signs were obvious. The new passcode, the sudden gym obsession without sweat, the way her phone tilted away from me like it had learned shame. But love makes you generous with explanations. You tell yourself stories so you don't have to tell yourself the truth. The truth arrived on a Tuesday, uninvited, precise. I borrowed her tablet to check a recipe. iMessage was still synced. 52 unread messages from a name I didn't recognize. No emojis, no metaphors, just logistics, times, hotels, a confidence that comes from repetition. It wasn't the sex that hurt most. It was the efficiency. When I confronted her, she didn't deny it, didn't cry, didn't apologize. She rolled her eyes like I'd accused her of leaving a light on. That's when something inside me went cold and stayed that way. Pain is loud. Planning is quiet. I didn't leave because I was weak. I left because I needed space to think without her rewriting the story in real time. That night, I opened a new folder. Encrypted. Boring name. Taxes_2019. Inside it, I started collecting facts, screenshots, metadata, bank statements, hotel receipts she forgot to hide. I learned the rhythm of her lies and let her keep telling them. I installed nothing illegal. I broke no laws. I let her overconfidence do the work. While she slept next to me, convinced she'd won, I memorized everything. I met with a lawyer on my lunch break, calm, clinical. He smiled when he saw the evidence. I smiled back for the first time in weeks. Then I waited. The execution wasn't dramatic. It was surgical. First, I separated finances, quietly, methodically, no alarms. Then I changed beneficiaries. Then I forwarded everything, every message, every timestamp, to a secure drive she didn't know existed. The final move required patience. Her lover worked at her company, senior role, married. Company policy was very clear about fraternization, especially with subordinates, especially with proof. I didn't send it immediately. I scheduled it. Monday, 9 a.m., HR, legal, his wife. I made coffee, black, no sugar. At 9:01, my phone started vibrating like it was having a seizure. By noon, I had 52 messages on iMessage. By 1, she was calling. By 2, she was begging. The confrontation happened that evening. She showed up at my apartment unannounced, mascara already running, confidence gone. She didn't knock. She never did when she thought she owned the place. "Please," she said, "not my name, just the word. He's not answering. They suspended me. I don't understand what happened." I let the silence stretch, let it teach her something. Then I slid my phone across the table, opened to the folder, taxes_2019. Her face collapsed in real time. Not guilt, fear. "You ruined my life," she whispered. I finally spoke. "No," I said. "I just stopped protecting it." The fallout was swift, brutal, fair. He lost his job. His marriage followed shortly after. She resigned before they could fire her, tried to spin it as mutual. No one bought it. Friends called. Some apologized. Some stayed quiet. I noted the difference. She sent messages for weeks. Anger, bargaining, nostalgia, threats, apologies that arrived too late to mean anything. I didn't respond. Closure is not a conversation, it's a decision. Now, months later, I replay that nod in my head sometimes. The moment she thought she'd reduced me. The moment she mistook restraint for defeat. I don't hate her. Hate requires energy. I don't miss her. I miss the version of myself that trusted without needing receipts. Justice didn't make me happy. It made me calm. And calm, I've learned, is what power feels like when it finally has nothing left to prove.